Hey, what is up, everybody? So the Packers' first injury report of the week just came out for this upcoming Packers versus Bears game on Sunday. I already did a preview here on my channel, so if you want to see my thoughts, breaking down different aspects of this game, my prediction as well, you can click on my channel after this video and watch that if you would like. But here we have from Tom Silverstein. He posted this out on Twitter. It is the entire Packers injury report for today. And we'll just go break down, player by player. So Karl Brooks, ankle injury, he was limited on Wednesday. So he's moving in the right direction after missing last week's game. And with Devontae Wyatt out for the rest of the season, it is that much more important for Karl Brooks to return for this Packers team. They also added earlier today, if you already saw my other video, the Packers signed Jordan Riley from the Giants practice squad. And then we have Javon Bullard, ankle limited, Edgerrin Cooper, shoulder limited. And there's a few guys who earlier this week were designated to return from the IR. One of those guys is Brenton Cox, who has not really played much at all this season, played in week 1 a little bit, but he's limited with a groin injury. And so with a few of these guys who were just designated to return off of IR, we'll watch them and see, how long it takes until they're actually able to return, to these games. But they have 21 days once the Packers, designate them to return from the IR to either be activated to the roster or signed to the roster officially, or they have to be shut down for the rest of the season if that's not the case. So I would assume that those guys will be back in the next few weeks. A few of the guys I'll talk about in a second. Then Matthew Golden, wrist limited. Golden missed the last 2 games, and so he returns to practice today, so that is a good sign. Nate Hobbs returned to practice, limited knee injury. He has missed the past 4 games. Now, because Carrington Valentine had already been playing good football, he seemed to have already taken Nate Hobbs' starting spot. So I would assume that Valentine and Nixon will continue to be the Packers' starting corners there. And then moving on to Josh Jacobs, limited with a knee injury. I assume that's the same one he's had, but he's been playing through it just fine. Then Marshawn Lloyd, calf limited. That's great to see him back at practice after missing most of his time here in Green Bay since he got drafted last season, which it's been very unfortunate. But he's another guy, along with Brenton Cox, who was designated to return this week. And so we'll keep an eye on Marshawn Lloyd. He's incredibly explosive, and there's no doubt that if he gets healthy, it's going to be fun to see what he can do. Jordan Love, left shoulder, fully practiced. I assume that's that same shoulder he hurt a couple of weeks ago, but he's been playing through that. Seems to be fine, but still in the report. Then Colin Oliver, another guy who was designated to return this week. He has a hamstring injury, limited, and Matt LaFleur said in his press conference today that the plan is to start him off at edge rusher because he had played a few different positions during his time in college. But for lots of these guys, especially defensive linemen, with Devontae Wyatt out, it's important for them to get back soon. Of course, Oliver, not an interior defensive lineman, but still a defensive lineman nonetheless. Then Jayden Reed, foot / shoulder limited today. He was designated to return from IR in the past couple weeks, and I feel like this will be the game he returns. We'll keep an eye on it and see if that is the case. And once he returns, he just adds that yards after catch ability that not many players have. He's incredibly explosive after the catch, and so it will be good to get him back soon. Barron Sorrell limited with an ankle injury. Zach Tom limited back injury. I think lots of these guys who haven't missed games, we don't exactly know how serious some of these things are. Lots of them who are limited are just, a little banged up as guys get in the NFL, but I assume he should be fine. Then Lucas Van Ness, foot, didn't practice today. And this is one that's unfortunate just because Van Ness tried to return against the Vikings, played in 6 snaps, then missed this past game. It came out earlier in the week that he was in a boot. And so it's just not great to see him struggling to return from his foot injury. And it's even more unfortunate just because he had started playing really good football in his 3rd season here in Green Bay. So hopefully, at least by the end of the season, he's back. I have no idea for the timetable there. We'll continue to keep an eye on Van Ness. Quay Walker, neck limited today. Quay has missed the past 2 games. Isaiah McDuffie has filled in, and he's played pretty good football, but no doubt will be great to get Quay back soon, hopefully this week. Dontavian Wicks, ankle limited. Savion Williams, foot, didn't practice. Savion Williams missed this last week's game. Then Devontae Wyatt, ankle, DNP. And we've already heard from Matt LaFleur that Wyatt's season is over. So those are all the updates from today. If you want more Packers content, feel free to subscribe down below. You can check out other updates from today on my channel. Packers Bears preview as well on my channel. But I appreciate you guys watching as always, and I'll see you guys next time.